continue with this. More than anything, another one that we kind of wanted to jump into, going from the Dave Chappelle thing. See, like I said, he doesn't agree with the whole him getting paid for the Chappelle show. I still am okay with that. Or if he could find a way to do that to get paid. Because I really enjoyed Chappelle's show, and I do hope that more of the people that hadn't watched it back then when it came out, that for them to get and watch it. But on top of that, I hope that Netflix maybe even jumps in and gives them a deal to make a new show. A new Chappelle show, and that would be amazing.
I don't think he'd do it.
You don't think he'd... I think he'd do it if Netflix approached him. Because he just for the fact that...
Don't you think he's over it?
It's possible.
He's moved on.
But
I'm
if
telling
they let him
you, the thing about him is... we are talking about Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Is that he is famous now and bigger than he ever was by doing what he wants to do.
Exactly. That's what I'm
So
saying.
I don't think that anybody's going to be able to lock him in to
do it.
To do seasons.
Well, not season. I want him to just do a one and done season, and give him the full command on what gets put in and what gets what doesn't.
Fuck.
Because
That'd be nutty.
The last one was on Comedy Central, and he still had to deal with
Yeah, you still have editors.
censors and all.
Well, you're going to have that no matter what.
Yeah.
You're going to have censors.
So
Even Netflix, I think.
they do up to a certain point.
Actually, with Netflix, I've seen about everything on there.
Tiger King.
Well, no, I'm talking about sex-wise, abduction, just aliens. You've seen it all.
You've seen it all, yeah. So I feel like they could give him the show that he wants to do.
But what I'm saying though is with him, I don't know. I don't think you could ever lock him in to
do a whole season.
Yeah, because he's making millions off literally showing up places. He's become a legend. You know what I mean?
He has what you showed me as well. Another kind of documentary, the Bill Murray stories.
Yeah,
where he pops in.
And I haven't seen that on Netflix since. Or what? I can't remember what was it on Netflix.
It was on Netflix. I think we got to take it off. I could do it off. I think it was only there for a while.
It was very interesting how he's become a legend just by
appearing at. Just
what the fuck is he doing? Yeah,
bar mitzvah.
Well, he was at a frat party. Doing dishes.
Just
randomly doing dishes. Showing up at he showed up at a couples was shooting their wedding photos.
Yeah,
and he just photobombed them and was talking to him and shit like that.
I'd love it if that was just dementia a little bit.
No, and they asked him about it, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Just showing up places.
Deny.
Yeah, just showing up. I don't know what you're talking about. There's pictures.
Yeah, and video.
Of him doing this, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
But nevertheless, yeah, I think Chappelle, I feel like he can still do it.
Oh, I'm sure he could do it. He could do whatever he wanted, but I don't think you'd ever get him to do it.
I want him to do it. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
Same goes with, and him being able to bring back, some of his old comedian friends to jump in and do it. One being Bill Burr. I could see him jumping into it. He would just jump in just
to do it.
Yeah, just to do it, I think.
Oh, I don't think you'd have any problem getting guests on that thing.
Yeah.
There'd be no problem.
At all.
They'd all jump in on it.
Actually, I remember...
It'd be great to see how far he could get these motherfuckers to go.
Like,
How bad are they going to ruin their career?
I could see that as well. I could see that as well. And there were skits that I only saw pictures of from the original show that never were aired.
Oh, I'm sure.
Or finished. Like, he did a Thriller one that was, inside a courthouse.
I haven't seen him.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if it was on there or not.
But it's not on there at all. They've shown just pictures of it. He had... it was around the time that, Michael Jackson was in court and all that. But... and it was just that. It was a court case with Michael Jackson, and then all of a sudden it turns into Thriller. But
The
there's
last
only
one,
pictures of it. There's no footage
the
whatsoever.
last one I was watching was when they were playing basketball with Prince.
Yes.
That was, and then
Yeah.
it got taken off.
It got taken off. Oh man, that was a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. I heard, I could be wrong, that Prince actually put Dave Chappelle as Prince on one of his covers for one of his albums,
All right.
and got paid off of that too. So
He was in. By the way, he was in New Girl.
Dave Chappelle.
Prince.
Oh, Prince. Huh.
It's got everybody. I'm telling you, everybody that we love. It's got almost everybody from. It's got a bunch of people from The Office, a bunch of people from Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec. I mean, and
It's like they're
The
all
Office.
intertwined.
I could see
Yeah,
those.
you know.
people.
It's got a bunch of people. It's got.
Prince is the one that's.
It's
kinda-
got. The waitress plays. The main guy's ex-girlfriend.
The waitress is the Charlie Day's wife in It's Always Sunny. The girl that plays the waitress.
Dee is in it.
Yeah, also from.
Yeah. Oh, It's Always Sunny. I'm telling you, it's got all kinds of people in it. Every time I was watching, I was like, huh.
I've seen all of them in other places too. Recent, well, like this year, that Hunt movie that I was talking about. Dennis is in it. He plays like a rich douchebag.
Yeah, that's about finished.
A rich douchebag hunting other people. And Dee, she had her own show for a little bit there.
I never saw it.
It was okay. Same goes with Mac. He had his own show, but that one was on Apple TV.
Was that they were
Building
Building
a
a-
game.
yeah.
It was actually pretty funny. He
I never saw it.
he played kind of a brat. He pretended to be the boss, but he wasn't. He was just like the talent. The boss was actually Rickety Cricket, and everyone treated him like
He's in that.
Oh, I can see him.
He's in New Girl.
His own assistant treated him like shit, and always assisted Mac, even though she was assistant to Rickety Cricket. He's like, you're
Burger's
my
in it.
assistant. Okay.
Revenge of the Nerds. Burger.
Booger.
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 Burger.
Okay.
Okay, am I saying it wrong?
I thought you said burger, like
Isn't it the same thing?
booger is the thing that you pull out your nose, and burger is the thing that you eat.
I thought they were. Are they not spelled the same?
No, one is Burger, the other one is Booger.
Huh.
There we go.
48 and learning shit. I thought a burger was a burger.
Ah, okay. No, his booger, you know,
Okay.
because he was like disgusting.
I get that that's a thing, but I'm learning shit and I'm 48.
Did you know that he and the other main guy that played the nerd, the dude, they actually had a show like, you know, The Biggest Nerd or whatever. And, yeah, it was like a reality show. It only had one season, I think. I never.
Are they looking for love?
No. It was
I
just
remember one that had nerds and good-looking people,
yes, I remember that one. But
and I don't remember what it was called or anything like that. And it was like for a heartbeat.
Yeah, it was a
type thing.
a relationship type thing.
Yeah.
But no. This one was just like the biggest nerd.
Wow.
The biggest nerd gets the whatever
Cool.
prize and shit.
Wouldn't it be awesome if people like, who's the Facebook guy and was discovered on there or some shit like that?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
I just saw a movie.
The Social Network.
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, that's been out a while, dude.
A shitty movie called The Second, and I would say stay away from this movie. It just came out not too long ago on Netflix. Has to do with the Second Amendment or some shit, but it's just like a C movie. It's not even a B movie, and I feel bad for like the main actor.
Does it have like paper people?
Almost. It's just so horrible, the acting. But there's one dude in there that he betrays his friends. He looks exactly like fucking Marcus. I actually thought for a second, every time they showed him, I was like, I had to stop and I'm like, is that fucking...
It's
Like,
funny that you would know what he looks like.
Oh, because I've seen him a couple times when they were making fun of him during the...
He could walk up to me right now.
Yeah, I guess. During the court cases and shit that he had last year or some shit. A lot of people were making... He looked too much like a robot, so they were making fun of him looking... You know, like, that's not really him, that's a
I'll cut you with my wallet.
With my chump change.
Yeah. I spend more in parking than you make in a year, fuck.
But there was a scene in there also. It had nothing to do with Facebook on that one. There was a scene in this movie. If anything, I would suggest to just skip to that scene. And it's way further into the movie. But the main guy, he's fighting a bigger guy in a gym. It's like a shitty gym too. Like if they just put a couple of walls and they just called this a gym for whatever reason, type of thing.
Like
a room.
Like if I threw in a weight bench in here and started charging people.
And this was in a college supposedly. So
it's like the Office's gym.
Yeah.
10 snips.
So he's fighting this dude, this bigger dude, the main guy, and at one point he just throws him into like a little rack of dumbbells and shit, and it almost seemed like a scene where you fuck up a line and then instead of cutting that and redoing it,
they just kept going.
They just kept going because he got hurt and he doesn't want to do this shit again. Because he drops and he's like, fuck, stop! When have you ever...
Quit it! Fuck! Where's my agent?
When have you ever seen the main actor or the main action star say that? Just stop!
Stop! God!
Fuck, stop! But yes, that would be the only redeeming scene in this whole fucking
Could you
movie.
act? I could not act.
I mean, it's something simple. Simple. Maybe a skit and not live. Like fucking Saturday Night Live.
Well,
the pressure on that one is
the acting. I think I'd never get into it because you have your set, and you know what we see in the movies, but that's very little. You have all these people, lights, everything around you. Like Leonardo DiCaprio, Kendrick loves telling me this story that when he cut his hand in Django, that he kept going and everything, and I was like,
they still stopped.
They stopped, and he said, "What I'm going to do." And I had an argument with Kendra about that. She's like, "No, he just kept going with it," and I was like, "Wouldn't that be assault?"
Yeah, and all kinds of gross shit.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, if we're sitting there acting and then all of a sudden there's blood on me, me and you're gonna have a problem. But I guess they stopped and said, "Hey, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep going."
That
with
was my first thought though, because I heard that he did. He continued when he got hurt, but I just remembered right after that. I was like, wait a minute, doesn't he fucking just mush all his blood on Kerry Washington's face?
Yeah.
And I wonder if such and such, and then Jeff actually was the one telling me, no, they stopped and such and such, and I looked it up, and yeah, they actually stopped. But that would have been amazing to me. Like, I would have loved to have seen the real reaction
of her after. But did you know you had blood on your face?
I don't know.
I mean, somebody took their hand and went, and they were supposed to do that.
You would have felt the liquid, but you wouldn't know exactly. Maybe you would have just thought it was
sweat. I mean, yeah. You've got all these lights. I bet you're in constant sweat mode anyway.
You're probably in constant, and the clothing. Because they had.
Yeah, they had layers.
Yeah, they had layers. It's possible he could have just. It would have been.
And then later on, she goes, "There's what the fuck."
It could have been that, especially from what I hear in Tarantino's films, that a lot of shit, stupid shit, just kind of goes through.
Oh God! Can you imagine some of the shit that goes on in
one big thing I remember, I didn't know how bad it was, but I guess in Kill Bill, in one of them, he had her. Uma Thurman driving a specific vehicle and then doing like a monologue while driving, but for it to look the way that he wanted it to. He wanted her to drive a specific speed, and then within this, it was like a shitty car. This is a movie car, and I guess those movie cars that are like not built to really last.
Yeah.
Even the fucking day, really, it's just it was a shitty car, and I guess she maybe got into an accident because of it, or something like that. Even though it was a closed road, I don't know what was happening.
Shit happens.
Yeah, shit does happen. But it was, from what I hear, a movie vehicle, and those are just kind of like little kit.
Do you think they ever in there go, like any of the actors go, how many times am I supposed to say the N-word? What the fuck? You know, because I wonder if they, like, how many times does Leonardo DiCaprio say the N-word in that word?
I don't know.
I mean,
he said it almost everybody. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you ever think they, like, oh, come on.
I bet he was the last person thinking that shit. It's like, I'm gonna say that's now? At the end of my career? Or some shit?
Well, Don Johnson, it's okay for him, because if he doesn't work anymore,
he's done so.
he's been done for,
since the 80s. But
oh, man. I miss Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man.
that wasn't him, though. Was it? No, it
He was the
wasn't him.
Marlboro Man, you fuck stick.
But he wasn't either one of them.
Yes, he was. He was the Marlboro Man.
No, it was, what's his face? The wrestler.
He was Harley Davidson. He was Harley.
No, the Marlboro Man was, Sam Elliott.
And shut your fucking mouth.
The guy that was, in,
No.
Roadhouse with,
Nope.
wasn't it him?
Nope.
I felt like
It was
I
Don Johnson.
I thought it was Sam Elliott.
Motherfucker. I'm on it, this one. I got you on this.
We'll check this one. We'll check.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
You got your phone.
I don't need to check it.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Okay. I felt like it was Sam Elliott.
Man, shut your fucking mouth. You're digging it.
But you know who Sam Elliott is, right?
Not you know me.
He kind of has that deep voice, and has that mustache.
Not even gonna look at it. It's popping up.
Hold on, we gotta go. You gotta. Oh fuck! You got me on that one.
I love that fucking movie.
Okay. I honestly thought it was Sam Elliott.
No, it's him.
I haven't watched it in forever.
No, I probably have seen it. I'm gonna say this month.
You watched it this month?
Is it on? I'm thinking I watched it recently.
I saw it was on one of those things, but
It's on.
But
It is on one of them.
But I don't know when I saw it. It was on one.
It's on one of them. You know my three. It's on one of those three: Hulu, Prime, or Amazon. Or no, Hulu, Netflix, or yeah. I don't care. I was right about that.
You were right.
No matter how much I fuck up now and stumble and stutter around.
Yeah, you were right.
No, there's just certain and.
That's your movie.
Yeah, I love that movie,
and
I have no idea why, because it's the cheesiest, one-liner movies.
Yeah,
you know.
I liked it when it went out, but it's been, like I said, it's been forever.
It's awesome. Oh, and they're talking about it. It's supposed to be like in a little bit in the future. Back then, it was a little bit in the future, and they're talking about
because the
a
drugs
new
were like
drug,
in the eye,
the new eye drug, and.
Yeah, I remember that part. And then the suits.
Oh, it's got Big John Studd in it. He's the brother-in-law of one of the guys.
Okay.
It's got one of the Baldwin brothers.
Yes,
is the bad guy with the
fucking suit.
The suits.
The bulletproof
yeah.
They're like dusters.
And who's the? God damn it! What was he in?
He
was a young guy then, but he was in Heat. Slick. He called everybody Slick. He was in Celebrity Rehab. Saving Private Ryan.
God damn it! I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he was the main bad guy.
Yeah. I don't remember his name, but I'm still stumped on that one. On the Sam, I honestly thought it was Sam Elliott.
Nope.
That's a good thing though, because then again, I wasn't really going to talk about it. I don't think with anyone.
Not Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man. I hope this is the one and only time that comes up in your conversation.
But it was just one of those things to where there have been a couple times where I've done that with movies where I said a specific actor and I said it was like that fucking gusto and
you did.
and
Which one? What did we? I just proved you and Jeff wrong on here recently. Mortal Kombat.
Yes, Liu Kang.
Yeah.
Well, see, yeah, I did. I've only known him from Liu Kang. I didn't know.
Yeah.
That he. That it was with the Bruce Lee movie that I thought that it was the same guy as Liu Kang.
Yeah.
In Mortal Kombat, but really it was someone else.
Yeah.
I was definitely confused on that one.
We all get confused.
Speaking of Mortal Kombat, that's another movie that's coming out next year or whatever.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, they've made a new. Actually, it's already been made. To my understanding, they already wrapped up filming. I could be wrong.
What was that one?
But this is a sequel. It's a reboot or whatever.
Whatever. Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I don't remember when I saw this. I remember because I didn't see it in the theater.
Oh, I hope not.
As a kid, I wanted to, but I only watched the trailer.
See, that's the problem is when
back then you didn't have a billion people telling you their reviews on these things. As
a kid, you don't care.
Yeah,
you probably would have liked it as a kid, but all this stuff, Mortal Kombat.
I didn't.
Mortal Kombat, all that stuff. I watched as an adult.
Now, Street Fighter, it was one of those movies that was like, I saw it and I was like, it's like...
It could have been so much more.
Yeah. Even as a kid.
Jean-Claude Van Damme playing, he's supposed to be an American soldier.
And then you hear him speak.
You hear him speak. It's like hearing...
Shove it.
It's like hearing, what's his face, Sean Connery in every English movie.
In every fucking movie.
Every movie, he's got that thick Irish accent playing an Englishman.
I heard that Men in Tights.
I
Patrick
need to
Stewart.
see that.
You never watched it?
No.
Well, Patrick
It's got
Stewart.
Dave Chappelle in it.
Yes. Patrick Stewart is in the movie, and he plays the king or whatever. He doesn't. Same thing as Sean Connery. He doesn't appear at the end, but he does the shitty accent on purpose, making fun of Sean Connery. I just found that out not too long ago because I watched it.
I actually need to see that movie because...
And it's on everything, I think.
Probably. I'm going to watch that today. Or now I've got plans.
No, you got plans. Wife told you got plans.
Yeah.
What time is it?
1:20.
1:20. Oh, we're still cool, I think.
Yeah, we're good.
But yeah, nevertheless, there've been a couple times where I get it wrong. But I don't mind it so much when it's you guys. It's like when I say it to like a stranger, and I say it with so much confidence, and that at that point, I'm pretty sure they're thinking, "Oh, this fucking stupid ass." Why?
Well, that's okay with us because that's okay with us. I do it all the time with you.
Yeah, and then we just kind of.
And that's why I get so excited
when
I'm right.
When you're right.
Yeah, because it's very, very little. Most of the time, when you tell me something, I'm like, I'm taking it as law because you've researched it. How you do all this shit, I don't know. You have way too much sit around time.
The hotel.
I guess.
Literally those 2 days, it's just me. I just started bringing that. I told you that little elliptical, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm just there, kind of doing this, but then I'm just on my phone, or, just doing that shit. And if I'm not, and because it's a Monday, Tuesday, they're usually pretty slow. It's not, the weekend. It's not,
horrible.
And it's a small town, so
fucking horrible.
I get bored, easily by myself.
I think that would be one of those jobs that would be so boring that when somebody did come in, it would piss me off.
It does
Because I'd be like,
Sometimes it does. It's gotten to the point.
And as a customer, I'd walk in and go, "Sorry to ruin your fucking day. sorry to pay your wages."
And that's one thing I kind of enjoy the mask because they can't see this anymore. I guess I was
Still see your eyes, dude.
No, the eyes. You can't really tell that much.
Oh, bullshit. With me, you can tell, because the first thing you'll get from me, I'd go.
Oh, yeah, I don't roll them.
I roll. I can't even help it. My wife knows exactly what I'm thinking by what my eyes do.
I do my best to hide these motherfuckers. So it's just, it's all. So, yeah, just whatever. Just fuck you, type of thing. I'm facing you, you don't know
it. Out at me, aren't you? You're sticking your tongue out at me. See, that's the great thing about having a soulmate or whatever you want to call it, a wife, whatever, because I don't have to say a fucking word. My eyes do it. As soon as she says something, I'm like, you'll either get that, that blank stare, or, oh, fuck.
But with those people, with the guests or whatever they come in, yeah, it's I'm in the middle of watching Netflix or some shit, and yeah, it's like, fuck, I gotta do my job.
It'd be like I was in my living room and somebody comes in and says, "Hey, can you fuck?"
That's what it almost feels that way. But nevertheless, I do my best. And another thing I like to do to guests from time to time is, so every now and then you get the guest that believes they're funny, or they're hilarious with their friends or some shit. They come in and just start doing their bits.
Can you imagine what these people are like with their fucking, how bad their friends are though? If they're the funny ones, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know
what you're talking about.
I'm straight.
But that's all kinds of inside stuff. Like some people
some of them do actually make me laugh. I will say, like this one, that's this week. He said
this week.
He said, yeah, because I looked him. I thought for a second the way he introduced this, he's just started going into his story, and then he stops, and because I did the whole where I just kind of give him a blank stare and I don't give him anything, and I moved to do something. He's like, "Oh, so you don't want part of the story at all?" The way he kind of said that, I was like, okay. I giggled, I chuckled a little bit, and then he's like, "You know what? I'll leave it for later. You're doing whatever you're doing there." And I was like, okay.
So did you ever get it?
No, but it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't that much. He knew it wasn't an interesting story. It's just that he was bringing, the way he was putting it out there, it just made it funnier than what it really was. He was staying with us. Or his mom was getting a room for him, so that was like the whole thing. So he made it funny.
Was getting a room for him?
Well, he forgot his ID somewhere, so he couldn't, get a room or anything. He had cash, but he had no ID.
I can't just go in there and get a room with cash. I have to give ID.
You do have to give the ID. I mean, there are certain hotels or motels, probably motel, the ones that just straight up say motel, that you could probably get a room with or whatever, but I wouldn't be able to. I'd get all kinds of little trouble for that shit. Well, not trouble, but they'd be on my ass about it. And I'm like,
Me couldn't go in there and get a room without it.
If I were there, I'd let you get a room. But yeah, because I know.
Just went into,
because I know you.
Yeah,
so if you fuck up by this.
Yeah, even if I get kicked out of my house for fucking up or something, I'll give you an ID.
Oh yeah, no, that's a whole other thing. But
but if I go in and say, I don't want anybody to know about this. I'm not going to your hotel, first of all.
Which there are people that do. It's usually cheating or some shit. Where he's like, "Oh, you're gonna send me some mail or whatever." Like
I was never here.
I was like, I honestly do not know what happens after this. I put your information in here, and then that's where it goes from there. It's up to them. I don't know if they send you any fucking advertisements through the mail or email or whatever, because you could put email.
Yeah, but even nowadays though, you could get away with that shit because you get advertisements from everything.
Yes,
I'm getting calls now. I don't know how I got on this list, but I'm getting calls to ask if I want to be. Now that big election is over, do I want to find out information on how to run in my local government?
That
I'm like, who the fuck are you talking to?
That's one thing I'm super glad about when it comes to. I don't vote. I don't care for any of that shit. And during that whole, especially during that last month or whatever of voting, I constantly got calls of,
Oh,
hey,
God,
well,
yes.
you know,
I was getting texts.
and text.
I'm like, these people don't know me well enough to be fucking texting me.
I blocked. I would say about 50 numbers or more.
I'm blocking now. Because I was just like, whatever, deny. But now I'm getting them from, which I'm sure I always thought it was because I stumbled into some porn I didn't mean to, or they cookied me or whatever. But now it's just they sell your shit.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm like, oh fuck, deny. But now it's what was it? My college loans that can be forgiven. I can't tell you how much I've never been to fucking college. I've never. What fucking?
Think of that.
Yeah, I've never been to college. But all my college loans can be. I just want to actually call these people, go through the fucking process, waste their fucking time, and be like,
I said I've never been to college.
I've never been to college. But if you want to erase my loans,
just or any.
But the bad thing is I get on some fucking calling list.
Yeah.
And
it's probably some scam shit.
Yeah, it'd be some because I've gotten the IRS.
I've got a couple.
Needs to talk to me right now and
right
shit.
The fuck now.
Yeah, right the fuck now. You better call right now.
I got one last week. It was this company just bought MasterCard, Visa, Discovery.
Okay, good, cool.
And American Express.
Did you consolidate all my debt?
And now whatever debt you have with any of those, you could go through us and you could send us the payment. And I was like, so you just bought all the cards.
But you know how many? You know why these are scams?
Because
it works. It works. Yeah, I'm sure there's somebody out there going, "Oh, well, I owe $400 on all this." They said they bought it. Doug Schultz, or whatever name. I just made that up, but that is an actual name. I know a Doug Schultz, and he's probably pissed now. But okay, whoever Smith, I'll just write my check to him, and then he goes and cashes it.
Do you know an actual person with the last name Smith?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think
I'm related to some.
Oh, there you go. I've always just curious, because that's like the main example.
Lester Smith is my uncle.
Oh, there you go. But yes, Smith is usually one that I but the whole aspect of buying up every fucking credit card and say, now you owe us the money.
Yeah, if you think about it, yeah. I mean, who the fuck's got that kind of money? Unless I'm writing it to Disney.
That'd be the only way.
Yeah. All my debt got consolidated by Disney. Now I'm only paying 18% interest.
Speaking of Disney, you're saying something about next year, if they're going to continue with this whole pandemic and whatnot, they're only going to do seasons or something like that. Or is that how they do it anyways? Where it's just seasons? Or is it open all throughout the
It's
whole...
open all year.
I was hearing that they're doing seasons unless this vaccination that...
Dude, I'm telling we're supposed to go next Thanksgiving.
Next Thanksgiving.
And we've had this set and I don't want to go.
Yeah. But there's supposedly a
here's my dilemma on that.
Vaccination on that.
We're going with a buddy of mine and his wife. And I've been to Disney with people before. And like when we went with my brother, it did not end well.
Yeah.
I didn't talk to my brother for like 2 or 3 years after that.
You told
Straight up did not talk. Yeah. Did I tell the story?
Yeah, you told the story.
Anyway, this is one of my best friends in the world.
Well, throw down.
Yeah, this is like one of my best friends in the world. And I do not want something to happen.
It usually does, and it's because of the close quarters type thing.
I know, but he keeps like, oh yeah, we'll do it, and he doesn't know my wife, dude. That my wife is a different fucking person there.
There's vacation wife. Or
Oh no, because when we went to the Bahamas, it was relaxed Lillian, you know, and did everything, you know, had a great time, and I just fucked up. Said my wife's name did not. Yeah. Anyway,
we can blur over that.
Who's gonna fucking remember that anyway? But anyway, it's a totally different thing at fucking Disney. You were there. It's like the Gestapo. I mean, you're gonna put in fucking miles. It's like boot camp. You're gonna put in fucking miles. She's wanting to get shit in. There is no just, oh, look at that. Let's roam over there. No.
She has it planned out.
She has an
itinerary.
Yes.
An itinerary. That's why I didn't go to Japan last year, because they had an itinerary for like almost to a half hour. Yeah, with the family. It was like almost to the minute. It's like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and I didn't want to go.
Well, see, one thing is when you go there, you make reservations for the kids and whatnot, or the adults that want to see it, for like meals, character meals and stuff. So
character meals.
Yeah, you go into a meal and all the characters are there.
Okay.
Like Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, all these characters are there. Well, Disney's kind of cool because you're not going to see those characters. Like if Mickey Mouse is here, you're not going to turn around and Mickey Mouse is over here.
Okay.
You're not. They keep it. Keep it very. You know, you're not going to see there's another Mickey Mouse in the other world, or Epcot. If you're in Universal, there's another. But you're not going to see. You're not going to turn around and there's another Mickey over here.
They keep that shit perfect.
Yes, and like one of the things is, it's very rare for you to be able to get a picture of Mickey and Minnie together with you. Just stupid little shit like that. That's rare.
Okay.
And
I can see that though.
Yeah.
Just because if there's only one of each or whatever there, then you could see one person wanting a picture of one in one fucking corner.
Yeah. Well, and the Mickey Mouse and Minnie thing may not be, but there's certain little rules and shit. But anyway, you go to these characters and you have to schedule because you've made the reservations for this place, so you have to get here. Well, one of the bad things is the meals that we get. Some of them had to be breakfasts. Well, you go and eat all this bullshit for breakfast because it's usually a buffet, and it's when I was younger, and we got to get our money's worth. And I'm not a breakfast person anyway. And then you eat this huge ass breakfast, carb up. Okay, it's time to start walking. And you go on rides and stand in line and all this shit. So you're like, ugh. And another thing is the shopping. They always want to shop and go into this shop, and it's the same fucking shop. It's the same bullshit with a different Mickey on it. Instead of Mickey in a safari coat if you're in Animal Planet or Kingdom or whatever it is, or Mickey with
a tank top. You're in the summer.
Yeah, it's all the same bullshit. And my buddy's like, oh no, we're gonna take it easy and we'll Uber that. We're not staying on site and we'll Uber that. And I'm like, okay.
It's a whole other thing.
Here we go.
And you guys are staying together.
Yeah. Yep. Ooh. Which we have not had a problem because we went to the Bahamas with him, and like I said, this is my best friend, and so I have no problem with that.
I think if he,
I'm always like,
he doesn't do everything together with you guys, you'd be okay.
According to them, and I've seen him do this. Like when we went to the Bahamas, we had a thing planned, and they were like, "Nah, we want to go do this." So they went on a separate little thing. We went on a water thing because they wanted to scuba or see the underwater and all this. Well, it was a rough
snorkel.
Snorkel. It was a rough fucking day that day. That was the one day we were there that you should not have been doing this. I got seasick as fuck. And so we go onto this beach. Once we're on the beach, everything's grand. You know, that's you put me on a beach. and everything's fine. I laid on the beach, drank, got over the sickness, fine. Well, they went on this tour, and I almost wish I would have went on this tour because by the end of the tour, they're driving around, they're like, yeah, that's Tom's tire shop. You know, they got really into it. Yeah, I swear to God, he was telling me this, and I'm like, oh God, I almost wish I was there. Yeah, it like, oh, that's the local. I mean, at first it was, oh, the history and all this other stuff, and then it's like, at the end of it, it's like, yeah, there's Tom's tire shop, and
Lincoln Sun.
Time to wrap this up, you know. And they were on a shitty ass bus that I guess like broke down a couple of times. And shit like that. Yeah, real authentic shit. And we're off on the beach.
Just chilling.
Just chilling.
I
told you about my wife breaking her toe there, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You actually showed me
I felt bad.
a picture of that. Well, not but the cast or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt bad. Ooh.
Because she broke it, or because
no, because of the way that we were treated.
Yeah, I remember that. Speaking of the way that you were treated, and we actually said that we were going to speak about, not that specifically, but
oh, we're not going into white privilege shit, are we?
Not exactly.
Okay.
It was more the privilege of kids now versus
oh shit.
The eating part. We were talking about how we don't miss having to just go to other place. Well, to not eat when you're at a place.
Oh, you better not ask for fucking food.
You know, today's kids, I don't know about if it's a thing with today's kids. Really.
I don't think it could be today.
Yeah.
Because when somebody walks into my mom's house now, she's shoving food down, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
So back in the day, this happened in my time, and then it also happened in yours, and it kind of progressively was worse, I guess. You know, the more you push back on that.
Beat.
I did it, but it was because I saw what happened to someone else, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that again, or not going to do that. And it was a thing to where if you went to someone else's house with your parents as a kid, and that guest or wherever you went to, they offered food. If it wasn't a restaurant, really, or that you specifically went there to eat, if you got offered food, you were to say no. You were not hungry. You were not.
I'm full. We just had a meal. I don't give a shit if it was.
If you could actually hear the person's stomach. You
don't know.
You say no. Yeah, that was a no. And I've had with both one of my sisters and a cousin to where they got excited for food at a different place, and it was one of those things to where I think it was my sister first. I saw that, and then later on, you know, she got a beating for that. And then my cousin also, she said she got excited for, I think, maybe pizza or some shit. And yeah, that was the first thing they taught. As soon as we got back into this car, it was like, you think she never ate or some shit like that?
Yeah.
And I had to hear that shit.
And you know what? I get that as an adult, but not to that extreme. To where, like, I'm telling you straight up, we went up to a friend of mine's house, or a friend of the family's house, and she offered us cereal. Well, I told you that all we ever got was Cheerios. And I'm not talking Cheerios in the box. I'm talking Always Save Honey Oats.
I wish I would have gotten that.
Yeah.
Well, we got cornflakes.
Well, okay. You know what? Cornflakes, Cheerios, after you have about 1,000 bowls, it don't fucking matter.
But I feel like Cheerios, to me, Cheerios is a bit more.
Not Honey Nut.
I know.
Cheerios.
I know.
No, because I know what you're saying, but like I said, I don't give a fuck what it is. After 1,000 fucking bowls of this shit, it's the same. It's the same fucking peanut butter and bread.
Yeah.
Or what, you know. But anyway, they had all these. They had a shelf of them. Kicks. Cookies, or what was it?
I would have never started with Kicks, but yeah,
it was
Captain
something
Crunch.
Captain Crunch. The cookie one.
Cookie Crisp.
Cookie Crisp. I was like, oh fuck, they make cookies and it was like, holy shit. And I had like 8 bowls. And the whole time I'm eating there, I can just imagine my dad going, yeah, get another bowl, motherfucker. Yeah, and when I got home, I got a fucking beating. And when I say beating, I don't mean like he was punching me. I got spanked.
You got spanked, yeah.
Yeah, with the belt.
Yeah.
You know, and it was because
that
you're making us look bad.
You're making us look bad.
Like we never fed you before.
You know where it started from? Well, not that started from, but how that whole conversation when we started talking about was because of the Dave Chappelle thing with his son going
into Kevin Hart.
And he's like, oh
yeah, but he did several hours.
Yeah. That little thing there, that's where we started this whole conversation and stuff. That was something that we could not do.
Oh, no.
Back then. And yeah, I constantly saw that shit all the time. And what was worse is that you go to like an aunt or uncle or whatever, and they have kids too, and they act the same way with their own kids. But as soon as we got there to their house, they invited us to all this food, knowing full fucking well.
Yeah, setting your ass up.
Knowing full fucking well that we could have gotten a beating for that shit. And yeah, this fucking eating traps. It's what it was. It was a trap.
Yeah, and I almost imagine
like them making bets between each other.
Yeah, like them us leaving and I think her name was Bernice. That sounds like an old name. The friend of the family. Her being like, oh, he's getting fucking beat. 8 bowls. 8 bowls. That motherfucker ate 8 bowls. If he gets a strap for each bowl, he's in trouble.
He's still in trouble. It's probably like that. They, wife and husband type thing. They look at each other. Watch me set them up.
You think the kids are in the corner going? No, because kids never give each other warnings.
No.
It's all, go get it. Go get it, buddy. Kids don't get, the kids don't. Oh fuck, you're gonna get spanked for that.
I got a spanking once for ice cream, but it was ice cream that was, it was at the house, at my own house, but it was meant for my dad, and I did not know about this. My sister was the one that said, "Yeah, did you eat from the ice cream?" And I was like, "What ice cream?" The one that's in the fridge. And I went and had it, fucking bitch.
Set your ass out.
She set my ass out. And then later on, I'm with a friend outside, and he sees that my mom is coming at me hard, like fucking just run! He did not say anything. He watched me.
Just grab it.
What she did, she had like she was doing her hair or some shit, and she had a towel. She unwrapped that, and she just hit me with it, and it wrapped around my face, actually. So at this point, I didn't know what was going on.
She's got some fucking...
So I started to swing up until I heard her voice, and then I was doing it, and I heard her voice. I was like, "Oh," and like, "I gotta take it. Just
take it.
Just take it." And then he just kind of laughed and walked away. I was like, "Oh."
Speaking of shit we weren't supposed to, my dad loved eggnog.
Okay.
And when we were kids and stuff, Mom would buy everybody eggnog and Dad an eggnog. She would label it Dad. Well, when I got up to teenage years, I was like, fuck him. Have you ever been hit by a half-drank container of eggnog?
No.
The plastic kind?
No.
Oh, motherfucker,
That's
hurt.
like unique.
And it swings. He had it by the handle. You know, it's like a milk carton type thing. He had it by the handle.
Oh shit! Oh my god.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking.
No, not a.
The plastic.
Not
the one that you.
No,
that shit?
No, not a carton.
Mm-hmm.
The plastic one.
Okay.
And me and him got into it, and he was swinging that like a billy club. And just because I remember thinking, fuck him. Why does he get his up? Well, because he's the man of the house and he's the one who fucking bought it.
That's
That's
a big
why.
piece of chicken.
That there's a reason why. And you know, you could say what you want, that they shouldn't have hit us and blah 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 blah. I didn't drink that motherfucking carton.
Yeah,
again.
you did
No.
that shit again. I just saw a video. I guess this video.
Bill Burr was just talking about that.
I saw a video a couple days ago. Although the video originally was filmed at least 2-3 years ago. But okay, so one kid is filming and he has a flashlight. There's 3 other kids over there. 2 teenagers, and 1 small kid. The 2 teenagers, they're on their phones or whatever. They're playing video games, not paying attention to what the fuck the kid with the camera and the flashlight is doing. The little kid, he's just following the light like a cat. He's following the little flashlight, and he points it to one of the teenagers, and he points it to his crotch, and the kid punches the dude's crotch, and instinctively, the teenager just slaps the kid without even thinking about it. And I guess that kid had never gotten hit. You don't know if he has never gotten hit before, but by the way he reacted, you could tell he has never gotten hit before until that kid just hit him right there. So, and from that on, I went up and did some follow up, and some people were saying, "Oh, you know, that was bad," or whatever. And one of the main little things was that I found out about that video is that he never did that shit again.
I'll bet not. Well, that's the part of the problem with. I'm going to go into old man mode. Is that there's no consequences.
Yeah.
You know, when I was young, if you gave your teacher lip, you went to the office and got spanked.
Well, I saw teachers slap.
Yeah, and yes, I remember Miss Sisk had fucking tiger claws, and would literally leave. Yeah, she'd grab you by the neck and take you out. Could you imagine the police? The police would be there within 10 minutes now, because every kid's got a fucking phone on them. You know, back then at least the teacher could say, "I'm the teacher. That's a 4th grader. Who you gonna believe here?" Now it's, you know, videoed, but there were consequences, and now like it's. And one thing about our generation and the generation before and now is that it used to be if you fucked up in school, not just you spanked, but it was my parents never asked, "Well, what did that teacher do?" You fucked up.
Yeah.
If you got in trouble in school, you fucked up. Now it's, well, how did they say it? How did they react when you did this? You know, am I saying what I mean?
Yeah, and that, and
it's
and even up to another level to where the parents just go straight to.
They're trying to blame the school
Yeah.
before the kid, and nothing for nothing. 9 chances. I'm not going to say it's always lies, but with a kid, you can manipulate the answer.
Yes.
Like if let's say I tell the teacher to go fuck herself. Well, why did you? My parents, it would have been Noah asking questions. It would have been.
Why the fuck did you say that?
I don't even know that I would have got that. It would have been coming in swinging. If my parents found out, especially my mom, that I told the teacher to go fuck herself, it would have been through the door.
Game over.
Yeah, game over. Now it's like, well, what did she do? Why did you tell her to go fuck herself? What was she in your space? Did she violate your space? And as a kid, did you get space? I didn't get fucking space.
No.
My parents would literally give people, total strangers, permission to spank me if I got out of line.
Yeah. No.
And then if they had to, and I don't think it ever happened where they had to spank me, but if they had to spank me when I got home, oh fuck.
A teacher has never spanked me, but I've seen it happen in front. Well, not spank. Like I said, it was, to this day, I still don't know what this girl said to that teacher. I still would love to know. But she said something to the teacher, and this was the nicest. This is a guy that loved to talk about aliens and, you know, just weird shit. And he wanted to hang out after, he wanted to be everyone's friend and shit. she says some shit, and it was just a quick pow, and we were all just there. It was 6th grade too. It wasn't.
And what happened to that teacher?
He's still there.
Thank you.
He's still to this day.
Yeah, and if that happened today,
Yeah, he'd be all kinds of there'd be court cases.
yeah.
And shit.
Which
yeah.
I'm not saying there's some shit that's going on here, even here in town.
Yeah.
It should not be, but I think there's way too much. There's no consequences.
Yeah. Well, to this day, I don't know again what she said, but she said something to make him react that way.
2nd grade, we're there in class.
6th grade, yeah, 6th grade.
This is 2nd grade. We're there in class, and my teacher said, "The next person who talks is going to the office and getting strapped." Guess what my dumbass says?
What?
I said, "What did she say?" I swear to, and I was not being a smart ass, nothing like that. Guess where I went? Principal's office, got strapped. And one of the funniest things now that I look back at it is the principal was a guy, but you could tell he didn't want to do this shit. You know, and I can imagine now, as a man, you're bringing up 2 kids. This is what they did. Oh, fuck. You told them I would strap them. Then she, I can't watch. It was her exact words. And I remember this vividly. I don't remember whole, like some people talk
She
about.
was the one that
Yes! I can't watch this. And turns around. I'm like, bitch!
I'm here because of you.
Yeah. And he straps us. And it probably wasn't, I think it was a couple of straps on the hand. But I'm, as a kid, I'm fucking devastated. I'm crying, They're coming for you.
Yeah.
Let's stop right outside. So I'm devastated. I can't watch this. Bitch, you brought me up here.
I had that with. I did actually curse in this one, and in 6th grade again, but this was in New York versus the person that got slapped. That was in the Dominican Republic, but this one was in New York.
Is it different there?
Yeah.
Dominican Republican right now. If you slapped a kid, would you get away with it?
Depending on the school, I think like.
So you wouldn't get away with that anywhere here. In America, do you think you would get away with that at any school?
You know what? I think certain schools they still kind of practice.
It's still legal.
Yeah, from what I understand. But it's one of those things to where it has to be like a bit more discreet about it, and there has to be an actual like good reason to do so.
I don't think it would ever happen here. It's legal.
Yeah,
it's legal here, but there's no way. I couldn't imagine if my wife
had to punch some kid out.
Oh, I couldn't imagine not. But her, a little story for you. When she first started teaching, it was probably about 20 years ago, and I was a younger man. But she'd ask me to come in. I'd go in and help volunteer and everything. Well, one time they were sitting there and they were all being rowdy, and Blaine kept, "Settle down, guys. Settle down. Let's settle down and get to work," and blah, blah, blah. And finally, I'm so fed. I'm like, "Hey, she told you to settle down." She's like, "Dave, come on." Took me out in the hall and said, "Pretty much you're done."
Time out.
Yeah, no, and I have never, and kind of I was like, cool. She's never asked me to volunteer again.
Never
because
again.
I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And so she was like, you're done. Bye now.
In 6th grade in New York though, I cursed the principal out and the vice principal, but it wasn't until after. Same situation to where it wasn't something that I did, and I think I may have told this story already. I got pushed into a kid. I stepped on his shoe accidentally. As I was about to say sorry or whatever, or excuse me, anything, he slapped me and ran away. But you know how rumors are, and this shit expanded to where I beat the shit out of this kid or whatever, and he was constantly bullied. He was actually a friend of mine up until that day. We were friends and shit, and he just did that shit, slapped and ran the fuck away. And then next thing I noticed, I'm going to the principal's office, I'm there with both the vice principal and the principal and the kid, Sam. His name's Sam. And Sam is crying and all this shit. And by the time I got in there, all the stories had come in, and I beat the shit out of Sam, according to them. And I'm trying to say my part, whatever. No,
we're not having it.
We're not having it. We want to know what Sam knows. And then at the end of it, they're like, "So Sam, what do you want to give Alex as punishment? You know, do you want to
behead him?
Yeah, detention, fucking expel him."
They asked the kid what he wanted.
Yes,
well, and he didn't say, "Hey, that's not what happened."
Yes, and that's why I said that to that day. That fucking we weren't friends anymore after that shit because he didn't say, hey, you know what actually happened.
Or even just say, hey, he didn't beat me up.
Yeah. He just said, I just wanted him to say I'm sorry. And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. And then, but may I say my side? And he's like, the principal was like, yeah, but we're gonna escort him first, make sure that nothing happens to him. So he gets escorted all the way back to the fucking teacher, to his classroom. They come back to me.
I've been like, you can be escorted as much as you want. You're fucking getting it. If I'm getting accused and having to apologize for an ass beating.
No. And then as soon as they came back, that's when I cursed them out. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And they're like, excuse me? I'm like, okay, so I accidentally step on his shoe, and before I could say sorry, because they actually attacked me for that one, because like, don't you say sorry or apologize? And then as soon as I kept trying to say some shit, they just kept yelling. So it's like, oh, fuck it, I'm just gonna wait. And then when they came back, I was like, so I step on his shoe, and before I could say anything, he slaps me, runs away, and now I'm here in the principal. I had nothing to do with him getting hurt elsewhere from after that. Actually, he and I were friends. And again, up until this moment, we were just friends because he just kind of screwed me over. And now you're letting him fucking give me punishment? If I knew a lawyer, this school would fucking be mine.
So how long did you do detention?
They wanted to give me detention. They wanted.
You didn't?
I didn't get detention.
Oh fuck!
They gave me a week at first, but before I actually even left the room, I said, "You sure you want to do this?" And they're like, "You know what? You're right. You didn't get to say your part of the story, and you actually didn't do anything. Let's just take it as a first warning type of thing." And they
take it as you fucked up.
But I didn't get any detention or anything, and they just left it as is. And then after that, they kind of never really
fucked with you again.
Yeah, fucked with me again after that point. They actually asked me one more time into that office, but only as a translator, because they just got some. They were experimenting with that whole exchange student thing.
Yeah.
And it was a Spanish kid from South America, and he just got there. He didn't exactly know everything, and they asked me a couple of things. But other than that,
cool.
Yeah, they never fucked with me, and I was actually shocked. I cried a little afterwards, and it was more joy, tears of joy. That
I got out of that.
Yeah, because I knew that if I got back home with a detention, because you had to get that signed.
Yeah.
I got back home with a detention slip. That would have been my ass right there. For nothing. For me. For nothing. Kind of similar to another situation that happened to me last week, but for nothing. But it is what it is. That one I lost, this one I won.
Yeah, you lost that one.
So it is what it is. But yes, the back in the day to now, the eating, the getting beatings for almost anything, really. But at the same time, because they could. But at the same time,
you knew your limits.
Yeah, you knew your limits.
You knew, well, and plus,
and you knew what not to do.
Yeah.
You know,
plus, I think
you know not to fuck around.
One of my biggest, I don't call it a regret, is that I'm more of a buddy and a wallet to my kids. You know,
I get
and
that.
you know, and I'm not. I guarantee, like with my dad, until the day he passed, it was, I better not say that, or you know, there's going to be repercussions.
My dad wasn't that strict. The
Oh,
worst.
Mine wasn't that strict.
My mom was the one that did more of the disciplining. But my dad, he did the, I'm disappointed, that whole, which would make you actually feel worse, like kind of feel bad.
I don't know that.
To me,
you could say, I'm disappointed, and wait till you find out what I really did. You're going to be highly fucking disappointed.
That to me was almost when he did it.
Yeah.
When my mom did it, I didn't care because I was used to the discipline with her.
Yeah.
To this day, and
that's my kids. With Kendra, I could say, I'll give you a little story that just happened this week. I don't know if I've told you about this, but she failed a class. Now she's not going to be able to graduate when she was supposed to. She's going to have to take one class
next year.
Which I get home and it's, wait till your daughter talks to you. And right off, I just got home from work. It was like 10, 12 hours. I can't remember what it was. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I thought, first of all, she did something to fuck up and got kicked out of school. She wrecked her car, something like that. And then me and my wife are good about that because if I'm going nuts, she kind of
calms you
down.
Hey,
Dave, it's not really that. Or if she's going crazy, I'm like, well, you'll have to take it next year. After this year, I'm done. I did my part. 4 years, I've paid for college.
Stuff and all that.
I've paid for college for 4 years. After this year, I don't know what to tell you. She's going to have to take it online, and everything like that. But I think she thought, which she might still, I don't know, think I'm going to live there still, live on campus, and
then just do the one
and
class.
do the one class. Fuck that, But she'll end up doing it here online, and getting her degree and everything. But I went into that like, okay, well, you know what you're gonna have to do, And then I was like trying to make her feel, because she was bawling. Her mom was upset because they had gotten into it for hours, I guess, before. And I'm like,
you got there.
Hey, it's okay. You guys want to go see the lights? We went and saw the Christmas lights, and I'm like, hey, yeah, everything's fine. Because everything is so fucking blown up when you're dealing with kids, and it's just blown. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. No, the worst I ever got with my dad was just one time, and I still fucked up no matter what. But it was one of those things to where I cursed at my cousin, but my cousin set me up on that one. He said that I cursed. My uncle was right there next to him, and he's like, oh, he cursed at you, and then that was it. There was no,
no trial, no
trial.
Jury, nothing,
nothing.
Judgment.
Yes, and no matter what I said, I still cursed. It's like it's one of those things where I didn't curse at him. I cursed at him. It's like, you still cursed. But yeah, he was more mad that I cursed at his brother and my uncle than me cursing. But at the same time, it's still, well, I said fuck you to this one, not this one.
Well, you got it.
You still got it. Yeah.
Funny little story that one time I was 16 or 17 and my mom went to slap me, and I'm like, I'm not having this, and I blocked her. Let's start the story off this way. When I woke up,
okay,
I was laying on the ground. Didn't realize my dad was behind me.
Oh,
and
he saw that.
I don't know if he man punched my ass. I was out. When I woke up, I was like, well, should have let her hit me.
Should have let her hit you. To me, stupid. That's one. A lot of people tell me to not say it, but I find a little bit of joy in saying it, and it's because it's one of those things.
The word
where
stupid.
The word stupid. Yes.
People tell you not to say it
because they get offended because of it. Not because not because it's.
Oh, when you're saying. You say something like, you're stupid.
Yeah.
I can say that.
And I find a little bit of joy in it just because it's one of those words that I was kind of forbidden to say when I was younger. So much so that I remember I don't remember what I was doing, but oh no, I was getting I was pretty young. My mom picked out some clothes or whatever. I was putting them on. As I'm putting on, I actually even remember saying that I didn't care for a specific shirt that she wanted me to wear. And she's like, why? And I said, because it's... And before I could finish, before I even could put that little P on it, it was a slap so fast and so hard. And I didn't even react to it right then and there. I just... And it stopped. I remember that she was leaving me at my neighbor's house, which was just downstairs, the same thing, just literally underneath us. And as soon as I got there, my friend there, I just cried in front of him. It's like I let it all out there. But ever since
I hope you can say about turning the eyes.
That I have felt that way, and then ever since that, it's I find a little joy in saying stupid, just because I'm not expecting that slap anymore.
So wait till next time you say I'm stupid.
I almost, because I've sent him a text, and a friend of ours, mine more than anything.
I got you're stupid.
Yeah, he got mad when I said it. Maybe you'll see this, but who knows? I don't know. Fuck it. But it was, I had a little bit, when he said that in the text, I got you're stupid. It brought me back to that. And I was like, ha, you're not going to do it today.
All of a sudden your mom shows up. What? I heard.
Put that back on the floor. But no, she slapped the stupid out of me. Like, just straight up slapped the stupid out of me. And I never said it for a good while, several years after that. Even when it was like just a game or something. Oh, this is stupid. No, I took that out of my vocabulary.
This is not intelligent.
For a good long while. Just because of that. But yes, she was the disciplinary or discipliner, whatever whatever that version of that word is, but she provided the discipline in the household. My dad was just that one time. I mean, he did me spankings before that, but that was like the only one that really I could remember. Other than that, he was pretty lax. Just I'm kind of disappointed on you.